Oh, we live. We lit. And right now you're talking with YAHWEH2COOL. Talk This Way podcast. It's my first now. Today we're gonna get into a lot. Cause it's a lot going on in this motherfucking world right now. I mean, it's crazy right now. I mean, let's talk about the fact that we just saw Emenim take a picture with Obama, existing president. Um, well, they say there's two things you don't get involved with is religion and politics, but we're just gonna speak on this briefly, so bear with me, guys. Obama, let me tell you guys one thing. To me, this is my take on everything. You know, when Obama was sworn in office, I felt like it was a play on the black community. You know what I mean? Like Pac said, we're not ready to have a black president. You know what I mean? And when that whole speech he gave, that whole ordeal that happened, you know, black individuals, me included, you know, we felt like we had a piece of the pie now. We had a chance, you know. But in all reality, man, Obama didn't do a lot for the community like that. I mean, let's face it, he was definitely a celebrity. He definitely was a celebrity as far as to the American people, to the entertainment industry. You know what I'm saying? He was popular. Now, if how do you go from that to a president that we all loved, right? Before he was president, though, I'm talking about Trump now. Trump was on every person's list of to example to what they wanted to accomplish in life. Like I want to get money like Trump person. That's what the whole saying in our communities. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember. I mean, I don't care if you was a dope dealer, if you was if you was a hustler. Let's say that if you was a hustler, if you was a nobody, a slumlord. I don't care if you was, you know what I mean? Whatever you was considered to be, everybody wanted to get money like Trump. I mean, Trump went all the way back when we got video of him dancing in Soul Train. You know what I'm saying? So he always had soul. He always fucked with the black community. From him, you know, having the Apprentice show. You know what I'm saying? Which all of us tuned in at one point in time. You know what I'm saying? Because his arrogance, his charisma. Now, I don't understand why people don't realize that's the same Trump that we got back then. Now, if you take Obama from being a celebrity, right? You really don't know what Obama did in office, though. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you take that and you go to body's demise, it's like planning his demise, right? The same guy who tells you do not listen to CNN, do not listen to you know, the certain news channels and shit, because he's familiar with how they play their ball game. You know what I'm saying? He's familiar with the deceit, but everybody has, you know, something to say about it. But I seen the picture with Emenim and Obama, and it just looks like, you know, another one of those, you know, tactics that the Democrats always do. You know, come time of the election, you know what I mean? Another thing I wanted to speak on is if you guys, you know, pay attention, right, and how when Trump was impeached, right, and he was brought down for federal charges, that Trump is president. I don't understand what you guys stand, because if you're in, how the hell can you be impeached if you're, you know what I'm saying? If you're still the president, you dig what I'm saying? There's no impeachment there. So that they're doing, Trump is still considered the president of the United States. And I don't believe you guys understand that and that whole ordeal. Just look it up. Another thing, another topic in the news, we hear that there's a lot of smoke behind Kodak Black, Top 5, Presser. I met Presser, by the way, when I was in LA, and me and Coi Leray had did the record, Messy, and I actually, pulled up to a club that she was at, and Presser was actually with her, and he came out, little guy, with his little tone on his hip, flashing his tone, and I had people in my car, and we was right, we just know we was together. It wasn't like we wasn't together, but it wasn't no need for that. So he's a little like kind of weird. Had to make a few calls out there in LA about the incident, about making sure he knew who I was or whatever. But Kodak, he's catching some heat, I guess, with the recent situation with Lil Tyler, him being out in Canada and wasn't able to perform the show because Top 5 and Presser had kind of like came to the show on his bump over. And I get it, you know what I'm saying? These guys are out there, that's considered their city, their town. So I mean, obviously, you definitely got to know who you speak to when you check into certain places. You know what I mean? Because certain things are just, certain politics and certain laws and street laws. You know what I'm saying? Certain things just have to be, considered going to certain, areas. So, my thoughts and about the whole situation is just that just be more mindful when you go to these places and be mindful also who you are tied to, because certain smoke could become your smoke. You know what I mean? But at least to say the juicy shit. You know what I mean? Now this whole Diddy situation is like getting out of hand. You know what I mean? And I don't think people really understands what's going on behind closed doors. Diddy, me coming from an industry family, right? Bobby Brown, Whitney Houston, which is my I'm pretty like, you know what I mean? I'm pretty aware of what's on, you know what I mean, in the industry and how things are brought about and certain codes and guidelines that these motherfuckers keep to themselves. And you just gotta know certain shit. And not even you just gotta know certain shit. If you're wise, if you have some type of common sense, right, you're gonna start putting pieces together and you're gonna see certain shit just adds up. Certain shit just adds up, right? So we got a phone call that they are saying is actually AI, right? Now, why I won't say it is because if you ever been incarcerated, right, then you know how these phone calls go. So you got certain idiots that will get to jail, and if their case is, serious enough, they have to communicate a certain way, you know what I mean, over those phones, because all those phone calls are recorded and they can be, used against you in court. Well, there was a phone call that Diddy had with his son, right? And I heard the phone call. Now, when you listen to the phone call, you would think, oh, it's AI, but if you know how, if you would know, like you would know just by how the dialogue was. You know what I mean? You know that for a fact was his dumbass son Christian Combs, Honey Combs, right? Having a talk with his father, right? And I'm gonna play a little bit of it, but I'm gonna give you the key pointers right now about what was it. So Diddy calls and he's basically asking, has Jay called? Now it doesn't take a rocket science who Jay is, right? Now we can assume that he's talking about Jay-Z. We could assume somebody in the family or some homeboy named Jay. Well, he says, who has Jay called? What the hell is niggas doing? Niggas think it's sweet that I'm here. We're gonna let niggas have their fun. I'm gonna have the last laugh. Christian Combs, Honey Combs, he goes on and he says, he starts talking about his brother, because his brother's whip got repossessed. And this is how you can tell this was an actual real call that he had and that he had with his son inside that jail. Because first of all, you're indicted on all these charges, right? Federal charges. You know bail. You are on constant suicide watch. Suicide watch means that you are in a bodysuit. I mean, not even a bodysuit. It's like I think it depends on where you at, right? But you're in a vest, right? You're in a vest, a Velcro vest, butt naked. And they feed you nutrition bars, like basically what they feed the inmates, but they put it in and they mush it up and they put it in a bar, right? Hard, because they don't want, and that's kind of weird too, because if a person want to just choke themselves, I mean, the bar is hard enough for you to choke yourself. You dig what I'm saying? So it's not like who really knows if even that is it's even that possible, because he could have special conditions where he's still on suicide. He's on suicide watch, but still can eat what inmates eat. You know what I mean? So it's all dependent on the officials in there and how they can how they handling his situation. But anyway, this is how I knew personally that this was a real call, because once the brother of Justin, the light-skinned boy, Justin's car being repossessed, he was like, what is he gonna do about the car? And Diddy said, Mr. Love, he said that fuck his car, basically, like, nigga, go do a club appearance, go get you some money. You 30 years old, you light-skinned nigga, go get. That's what he said. I swear to God, you light-skinned nigga, go tell that light-skinned nigga to go get, go do a club appearance and take care of his own car, right? Then Diddy continues. Let's rewind, because Diddy starts talking about telling Christian to go hide some pizza boxes, right? But he's speaking in code. He's like, go hide something, man. It was just weird. It was eerie, bro. Like, and I'm gonna just let you say it for yourself, all right? Hold on, all right? All right, here we go. Okay, so he's saying, I'm gonna need you to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes, right? Make sure you recycle the plastic, like we talked about. So this is something that they already, had, Diddy already had made aware to Christian of how to move if any of this goes down. So I'm pretty sure it happened when the case came out with Cassie, right? And then I'm pretty sure it really happened, he really schooled them when the feds came in and raided his home, because he didn't get locked up right then and there. You dig what I'm saying? So, he had enough time to make preparations. So let's rewind this here. you hear that, guys? He said about the pizza boxes and recycle all the plastic from the pizza boxes. Now, pizza boxes are square, right? The plastic inside the pizza boxes are SD cards. That's just me. That's just how I think. So I'm thinking, yo, take care of all the shit that they didn't find. You know what I'm saying? Put that up. Then he asks, did Jay call? And then Christian says, nah, he's ghosting us. So let's. Did Jay reach out? Nah, he ghosted. That was a lot. That was a lot, bro. And everybody's so fooled with AI. And you see, that's how you use a nation. First of all, you put the AI in. Then you have Drake do the verse, right? Do the with Tupac AI, with Snoop Dogg AI, right? And then now everybody thinks that everybody's using AI. No, this is an AI, folks. This is a real jail call. You know what I'm saying? And I think I'm only covering this type of topic is because I got a lot of people in my team, right, who got a lot to say at this, and I'd be quiet about it. But it's a lot of people who think that, you know, people are bashing, you know what I'm saying, Diddy for because he's another black man in power. And that could be. Let me tell you this. I believe that for a fact. I know for a fact he is being attacked because of a few things that I already know about, right? However, when Diddy really brought this wave of shit on his own, they just didn't know how to attack Diddy at that moment. The moment when he got with Charlemagne, he talked about, you know, the black community needs, the indigenous people need a black party. Like how they got a Democrat, how they got a Republican Party. He talked about how we as a people need our own party so we can have more voice in the political world. Okay? Go back and you go to that Charlemagne interview and you listen to what he's saying. Then you have the fact he made Ciroc the highest of its peak. He took it from nothing to sugar. You dig what I'm saying? Literally. He exploited it to our culture. Right? And then when that was done, when he did all he could do, he wanted his own, as he should. He wanted De Leon. What is it? De Leon? And who was the first person he said? It was Jeezy. Y'all remember? What? No, that's Ivy. But he started promoting the liquor himself, right? Doing a damn good job at it. But Ciroc owed him some bread. So he won a lawsuit with them. Remind you, this is a liquor company. These motherfuckers run the world, man. All right. So of course they won't get back. Now, at this moment, nobody knows how they're gonna attack Diddy, right? Because he's so at the top of the food chain. He mingles with a lot of powerful people. But I'm gonna tell you what fucked him up. It was the Cassie video that came out. Because once that video came out, it's like, oh, we got dirt on him. Now you can plant and plot and strategize around that Cassie situation. Right? Now, the shit was saying about him, about a couple people in the industry. Jaguar Wright, to me, I woke up one day and I said, yo, Jaguar, she's very informative because, like I said, I'm from an industry family, so I know what goes on and what doesn't, because I hear inside my family. You know what I'm saying? So around my family, you feel me? So it's for her to know what she knows and for her to expose what she knows, and she's not being touched. You have to somehow protect, right? So she was informed for some kind, but they didn't know how valid the information. I'm telling you, the case was built with Jack. Now, I'm gonna say this because now that I'm thinking, no, let me keep going. After that, Cassie, whether they had it in their possession years or not, when that video came out, I believe Cassie might have had it, right? I believe Cassie was going to double whammy him anyway. I believe even if Diddy would have, let's say he would have settled with her outside of court, because everybody's like, you know, if he would have settled, you know what I mean, none of this shit would have happened. Let's say Diddy was thinking, and he probably already knows, not to call her a bitch. She's a victim. She's definitely a victim. I get it. I'm not even going to go into, well, what did she do? Well, we heard what she did. We got the info of what she did, right? But that doesn't, you know, that doesn't justify none of the shit that we saw that we end up between a couple. You know what I'm saying? That was literally their business, but you know, whatever. But let's just say he was thinking, okay, I could pay her, but what if she still comes out with the video? Let me just call her bluff, man. Oh, hey, yo, fuck her. She's not getting nothing. Because what if he would have paid her behind closed doors, and then she still came out? What if he already did pay her though, and she still went with the lawsuit and got paid again, right? In that room, and then now you got a company, right? You got Neds who got all this information on them. Now they got a reason to go raid the crib. You understand what I'm saying? All that shit would, however it happened, excuse me, guys, however it happened, it put him in a tough situation, right? 1 second. Now, let's go back to this, man. Let's go back to this, because he said when Christian said, well, yo, what's up with all these lawsuits? What we gonna do? Guess what he said? He said the same fucking thing Mace said in an interview when he was on walking down the street and he was getting filmed or whatever. And Mace said, nothing is in his name. It's in his mother's name. Puffy said right here that, fuck him, I'm worth nothing. You hear what that? You hear what he said when he said that? He said, do you know what that means? Nothing is in his name. He knows they can't. Then that means he can file bankruptcy on all these motherfuckers, and they don't get nothing. See, but Cassie got something. Cassie is the only one on the indictment considered as kidnapping, prostituted. You dig what I'm saying? not a lot of people in that indictment, man. It's only her name. The rest are lawsuits, are claims. You dig what I'm saying? Listen to this. Hold on. Listen to this. All right. So look, he goes and says, now that's deep. You know what he says? He says, Christian, I need you to reach out to the producer to let them know about their release date for the Netflix that's about to come out, the Netflix documentary, right? It's actually on Tubi. Y'all know that, right? Now, why would Puffy want him to contact the producer and let them know that they got a release date? Is Diddy controlling the whole shit? He said he's gonna have the last laugh. Is trying to bring down is Diddy bringing down Hollywood? That's something to think about, man. Because what we see, what they allow us to see, I'm gonna tell you something about the media. I'm gonna tell you something about the media because at first glance, I've already had the chance to understand how they run the world, right? I did multiple interviews. Interview with Dr. Drew, interview with Nancy Grace. Just look it up. These guys will interview you and right when you leave the studio, they will have that shit aired and they will have it chopped up, missing pieces, chunks of information to a crazy motherfucker or a god. You understand? And for him to say, I need you to reach out to the producer, because obviously, you know, he must have it to where nothing can be released without his consent. Just like, you know, how Kanye, remember when the documentary with Kanye came out, right? When his boy did all that film, you know, stopped the whole production. It didn't happen until Kanye said, all right, it's a green light. So these guys understand a lot. You know what I'm saying? And for him to tell his son, hey, tell the producer that there's a release date for the Netflix video now, it makes you wonder, is he controlling this whole fucking show? Now, if we see Diddy, you know, get a bond, then everything that I just showed you guys is a fact. If he doesn't get a bond, then that's full of shit. How about that? Take this whole topic as full of shit. Not the podcast. Whoa. But take this whole topic as full of shit. You know what I mean? And it's just I feel, I can't even say I feel, but you know what I mean? It's just gonna be that type of, you know, grab your popcorn and just watch this shit play out, because it's if you ever been incarcerated, man, it's better to fight your case outside the jail than in the jail. You dig what I'm saying? And if you go and watch the documentary that just released, it's called Diddy, The Indictment. I think it's called The Indictment or some shit like that. You know, his lawyer even talked about Diddy's not trying to bring nobody down. I should say that, because if he goes on national television and says, yes, it's a lot of people that is involved in this, and he's going to bring such and such down, they're gonna kill him. They're gonna kill him right in jail. And I don't think he is playing it like that. I don't think he's gonna. I don't believe he would do something like that because it has its disadvantage. You know what I'm saying? We ain't talking about just no snitching here, my nigga. We're talking about bringing down giants. You hear me? And before that happens, they will kill that nigga. You get what I'm saying? I believe Diddy is wise, especially being in jail. And he knows. Nigga can bring you your food and your food can be poisoned. Nigga could bring a motherfucker in there and stab you up all type of ways and say you hung yourself. You know what I'm saying? And your autopsy will never be out. But also, I want you guys to go look up Uncle Ron, his former bodyguard. Deceased a month ago, I think. From pneumonia, same shit how Kim Porter would I think Andre Harrell went out the same way, if I'm not mistaken. But it's a lot of shit going on this Diddy shit, man. And yeah, just grab your popcorn because this shit's gonna get real spooky in a second, man. We're gonna be real entertained in a minute. You know what I mean? I'm not the one that really talk about people's business, but hey, man, I think it's this time I start this podcast now, and you know, don't forget the name, Talk This Way Podcast. You dig? And I guess I'll you know, tap in with you guys soon. You know what I mean?